We have a heartbreaking story to share from Calhoun County tonight. More than 70 dogs in poor health are found in a Newton Township home. All of them were less than 25 pounds, living in terrible conditions. This case is among numerous hoarding and abuse cases animal shelters deal with every year. With limited funding and staff, Hannah Peterson with Genesee County Animal Control says situations like the one in Calhoun County are not uncommon, and they create an overwhelming situation for shelters across the state. She says shelters are doing all they can with abuse cases, but it all comes down to the law.
A lot of times, you know, maybe our community gets upset with us, like, hey, why didn't you guys take this dog? Why didn't you do this? And I think something that's hard for people to understand is that it all goes back to the law, and we have to follow that.
Animal cruelty and neglect cases are climbing across the state. The FBI says they're up more than 50% in just the last 4 years. Tonight, Mid-Michigan Now's Andrea Flores breaks down the ongoing crisis.
In Genesee County, we're seeing the same trend firsthand, and both law enforcement and animal welfare leaders agree the laws protecting pets are long overdue for reform.
A lot of it is more so neglect. Animals without dog houses, you know, not having appropriate shelter outside. In Flint, there's a lot of dogs that live outside that don't have proper shelter, unfortunately.
Every day, cruelty investigator Heidi Molyneux with the Humane Society of Genesee County gets calls about animals in need. According to the shelter's data, there's been a steady rise. 196 cases in 2022, 197 in 2023, 240 in 2024, and already 183 cases this year as of mid-October. At Genesee County Animal Control, social media specialist Hannah Peterson says the cruelty they see every week can be heartbreaking.
We have a pretty steady flow of animals coming in, whether it's dogs or cats, puppies or kittens, of animals that are absolutely starved. They're so weak that they can barely stand or walk. We have animals come in that have been shot. We know a lot of dogs that are living on chains, and if they have proper food, water, and shelter in the state of Michigan, it is considered legal.
Molyneux even carries straw and food in her truck to help families who are struggling. But she says compassion can only go so far when the laws don't keep up.
Doesn't say anything if it's below 0 that you have to bring your dog inside. If it's over 100, the law doesn't state you have to bring them in.
In June of 2024, State Representative Jasper Martis introduced a pair of bills known as the Animal Abuse Registry Act. The legislation would create a public list of people convicted of animal abuse, cruelty, or neglect, designed to prevent repeat offenders from adopting or buying pets again. However, the bills failed to pass on the state Senate floor. Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson says stronger state laws like those are critical.
You remove people's ability to torture, kill and starve animals to death, because we see a lot of times that's repeat pattern.
Sheriff Swanson says another change that needs to happen is how the law defines animals, not as property, but as living beings.
When they are rescued from a scene, we take them to animal control. Well, until that case is over or that owner gives up ownership, they're stuck in cages until the case is concluded. We want to get those animals rehomed within 22 days.
Changes like that could make a life-saving difference, especially when cases drag on for months or years in court.
If they're found not guilty, then they get their animals back.
We've had dogs, that came in, and we worked through the case. We got them rehabilitated. We found them new homes, and the individual in question goes and gets all new dogs.
For those working day after day to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome, every change matters.
A lot of times they can't even defend themselves in these situations, so we have to be their voice, and I'm hoping that that voice just gets louder and stronger.
From overcrowded shelters to outdated laws, Genesee County's animal advocates agree real change will take time, compassion, and the community's voice. The local shelters I spoke with also say getting involved with your local shelter is always helpful, whether donating, volunteering, or fostering. You can find more information on how to get involved on our website, midmichigannow.com. In the studio, Andrea Flores, Mid-Michigan Now.